This is America's real-life Top Gun. His name is Richard Dick Bong. He can be called as an unsung hero because most people don't know about him. He was hailed as the deadliest fighter jet pilot in US history. With his aircraft P-38 Lightning, he scored 40 confirmed kills in World War II at just the age of 23. Imagine being such a legend that your death news is on the first page of newspaper alongside the news of historic nuclear bomb drop on Hiroshima. For reference, Tom Cruise in Top Gun Maverick took down 5 enemy jets in the movie, but in World War II, at just the age of 23, Richard Dick Bong did it 8 times over for real and got the title Ace of Aces. But behind every sky-shattering kill count lies a journey most humans would never survive. Because to ever come close to Bong, one must endure the most brutal, elite and expensive training on Earth. So what exactly does it take to earn the right to fly a $200 million aircraft? Let's talk money. Training just one fighter pilot in the US can cost up to $10 million. That's more than a Bugatti Centodici, a private island and a mansion combined. Why? Because they are turning a normal human into a combat machine, someone who must handle Mach 2 speeds, pull 9 Gs and make split-second kill decisions. If you don't understand G-forces, G stands for gravity. When you are in a supersonic jet, gravity on your body increases many times. 9G means your body feels 9 times heavier. So if you weigh 70 kgs, it will feel like you are 640 kgs. That's incredibly dangerous. Under high G forces, blood rushes away from the brain and towards the feet. This causes tunnel vision, then graying out, then complete blackout. If it lasts too long, the brain shuts down due to lack of oxygen.
You could even lose consciousness, and we term that G-induced loss of consciousness or G-LOC. G-LOC in itself is not dangerous, but the real point is when you G-LOC, you're flying an aircraft. So if you're not able to fly that aircraft, I'm sure you can appreciate that that is a real problem.
Now zooming out, the US GDP is $30 trillion. Out of that, $886 billion goes to defense. The Air Force alone gets $190 billion. The US Air Force has around 700,000 personnel. Out of this, only about 21,000 are pilots. To force them into warfighters, that burns $15 billion annually. What does $10 million transform you into? It starts with genetics. Step 1 is be genetically perfect. 10 out of 10 vision, your eyes need to be freshly manufactured or factory original or you are out. Max health, top academic scores, near superhuman mental toughness. The two main paths are US Air Force Academy or ROTC at major universities. Even from there, only 15% make it to pilot school. That's around 1200 to 1500 airmen, because that's when real training begins. The grind is real in here. Fall in is at 5 am, PT drills, lectures, the days are long, brutal and mentally draining. However, it doesn't matter what you read in classes because you can't fly a plane by studying how to fly a plane. That's why first you'll find yourself spinning in simulators until you black out, and you will black out for sure. You have to put in hundreds of hours of flying T-6 Texan, which is the first aircraft aspiring military pilots get their hands on, forgiving enough for students to make mistakes and learn from them. This is an unarmed training jet just for student training. This all doesn't even come close to touching an actual fighter jet. Their minds are supposed to remain calm under chaos, and panicking is just illegal. They are taught enemy tactics, kill protocols, and undergo extreme survival training. The seniors say the cockpit will reveal who you truly are, and that is truly true or dead truth. Mental endurance drills, water survival under freezing temperature, combat simulation in disorienting combat environment, the G-forces brutal force forcing you to black out, throwing up in your mask. Only a real Tom Cruise fan, real pilot, can go through the exam. Alertness is non-negotiable. After that, they get enough practice in T6. Now pilots are ready for a huge decision. This is where they are assigned their aircraft, which they will fly for the rest of their life. The choice is made very carefully, based on their performance in training, defense needs of the country, and finally their own dream aircraft preferences. They are then assigned to one of 3 main specialized training paths called tracks. The fighter bomber track. This is the Top Gun path for pilots who will fly incredibly fast and agile jets designed for air combat like F-16, F-35S or F-22 Raptors, or massive aircraft built for delivering bombs like B-1, B-2 or B-52S, costing $2 billion. If a pilot is selected for this track, they will move on to intensive training in T-38 Talon. T-38 is a supersonic jet, which means it is faster than the speed of sound, designed to train pilots for high speeds, complex maneuvers, and advanced systems they will need for actual fighter and bomber jets. The airlift or tanker track, often called heavies. This track is for pilots who will fly big, heavy aircraft. Planes are needed for transporting soldiers, vital equipment, or even refueling other aircraft in mid-air like massive C-17 Globemaster or C-130s. Pilots on this path often transition on T-1 Jayhawk for advanced training. T-1 is a multi-engine jet that trains them for specific challenges of flying larger, slower, multi-crew aircraft. Helicopter track. Pretty straightforward. For pilots who will fly different types of helicopters such as UH-1 helicopters, these helicopters have completely different flight controls and capabilities compared to a fixed-wing aircraft. Let's break down the cost. For a fighter pilot, flying in an F-22 Raptor costs him around $2 grand per hour. An F-22 Raptor itself costs around $150 million. The F-35 pilot helmet alone costs 400 grand, acting as a flying supercomputer. The expertise isn't cheap. The students train under top combat veterans who serve as instructors. Hiding in the G-suits, night vision, specialized care, then there are millions lost when a pilot drops out or is cancelled. Plus, a single training jet crash can be a $30 million disaster. And of course, there is lodging, nutrition, transport. The military doesn't train a pilot, it's a $10 million war asset the military is creating. Why does it cost tens of millions of dollars to train one fighter pilot? Because they are flying million and billion dollar machines. First, the F-22 Raptor. It's a $150 million apex predator of skis. It doesn't fly, it vanishes. With stealth so advanced, radar sees a bird before it sees a raptor. It dogfights at Mach 2, supercruises without afterburners, and turns inside out in mid-air like it's breaking physics. That's why there is multi-million dollar practice in simulators and defense spends millions on training them. Because the wrong move in this thing isn't a mistake, it's a fireball. Then there is the F-35 Lightning. It's one of the most advanced fighter jets in the world, with 3 variants for land, sea and air. It has its own environment, communicating in real time with every unit in sky and sea, making an entire war network. It's worth $80 million and is missile, stealth, VTOL, all of it. Then there is the B-2 bomber, a $2.1 billion ghost of thunder slipping unseen through enemy skis to deliver absolute devastation with impossible precision. It isn't just a plane, it's a delta-winged phantom, silent as whisper, capable of delivering nuclear payloads across continents, vanishing in hostile skis without a trace. It's shaped like a UFO for a reason, a testament to the most advanced engineering the human mind is capable of. Because by the time its shadow touches you, the world has already changed. It has a flying wing design, having no tail or traditional fuselage, looking like a giant boomerang or bat. This is one of its most striking features as it is important for its stealth. So it's not just an afterburner mission, it's billions of dollars of aircraft flying in the air where 1 second can be dead. A mission's success, a war's outcome, accounting for millions of dollars of human engineering, military obsession and sacrifice used in one mission. That's why it takes $10 million to train a B-2 pilot.